Hello everyone, how are you all? So today we'll be starting a new lesson in civics of SEM 2, that is lesson number 10, our defense forces. ನಮ್ಮ ರಕ್ಷಣಾ ಪಡೆಗಳು. So let's move on to the chapter. That is, the first topic is defense forces. So what are these defense forces? What are their primary duties? So these are all we are going to study now. Protecting the country from foreign aggression is the primary duty. So the primary duty is to protect our country from the foreign aggression. This responsibility is given to the defense armed forces. Who is this responsibility given to? Defense armed forces. Therefore, the role of the defense forces is very prominent. Okay, the role of the defense forces is very important. It is a matter of pride that India has a disciplined, powerful, and aggressive defense force. We have efficiently faced several challenges after independence, which distributed our national integrity. So, we have faced many challenges after independence, which has distributed our national integrity. For example, the aggressions by China and Pakistan. So, you have been listening the news about the aggression of China and Pakistan, no? Our defense forces have sufficiently displayed that they are ready for any sacrifice during Kargil military operation. So our defense forces have sufficiently displayed, means they have declared that they are ready for any sacrifice during the Kargil military operation. So now the next is, let's learn some more information here. India has about 15,000 to 2,000 kilometers of land border and 7,516.5 kilometers of sea border to protect. Over 40% of the total annual budget is reserved for the defense forces of India. Okay, so over 40% of the total annual budget which is collected is reserved for the defense forces of our India. So now moving on to the next topic, that is responsibilities of our defense forces. What are the responsibilities of our defense forces? So the first is protecting the border areas and safeguarding the integrity of the country. And the third and important option is preventing smuggling and such other anti-national activities. And these three are the responsibilities of our defense forces. So these are very important. You should learn this for your exam. Okay. So now moving on. The supreme power of the defense forces are vested with the President of India. Okay, the supreme force of these defense forces are vested with the President of India. The defense system has three divisions in it. Okay, our defense system has three divisions, that is Army, Navy, and Air Force. The defense forces of India take part in the Independence Day and Republic Day celebrations of India and display their military strength. And these defense forces of India take part in the Independence Day and the Republic Day celebrations of India and display their military strength. So now there are training centers of defense forces to learn their fighting skills. Okay, there are many training centers also for the defense forces to learn their fighting skills. So important among them are, so here we are not going to study on only the important ones. They are National Defense College, Defense Service Training Center, Indian Military Academy, Dehradun and National Defense Academy, Karakavasla, Pune. So this is not a uh, military training centers. This is the place. Okay. So now these are very important for your exam. You should learn these. It may come to 2 mark question or 1.5 question. Okay. So now moving on, we will be learning about the divisions of our army. Means defense forces. Okay. Army, not defense forces. As we have learned, Army, Navy and Air Force are the three divisions of our defense forces. In that, first we will be studying about the Indian Army. So first you see the emblem of our national army. Okay, Indian Land Army emblem. Okay, so this red one is the Indian Land Army emblem. Okay, so now again moving on to the topic, Indian Army. Okay, the Indian Army is the second largest in the world. So in the terms of army, our Indian Army is the second largest in the world. Okay, and our army comprises of infantry, cavalry, tank regiments called armed corps, gunner regiment or artillery. Okay, so now there are 11 lakh soldiers and 9 lakh 60,000 reserve forces in the army, in Indian army. Okay, so now the service chief of the army is called general. So the service chief of army are Indian army. Okay, our Indian army, he is known as the general. What is he now called as? He is called as the general. Okay, and his responsibility is for discharging the duties related to the control of defense force, training, operation and administration. Okay, so this can also come for 1 mark question. What are the duties of the general, the service chief of army, general? So the duty of the duty of general is, you should put slash. Okay, sorry, you should write the responsibilities of general are, and you should write the first point, general is responsible for discharging duties related to the control of the force. So this is the first point. And now, yeah, you, after writing this first point, you should come to the second point and you should write training and operation administration. So there are 2 points, it contains half mark each and it become 1 mark. So by this you can collect 1 mark. So again, the head office is based in New Delhi. So the head office of Indian Army, Navy also. Okay, Indian Army, Navy and Air Force. Okay, their head office is based in New Delhi, situated in New Delhi. Okay, so this is about the Indian Army. So learning about more about it. Okay, the army has been rendering valuable humanitarian services during natural calamities such as earthquake, floods, drought, landslides and whirlwind. Okay, whirlwind. The land army, apart from being technically advanced, has also its own spy agency. So our army has been rendering valuable humanitarian services also when during natural calamities. So you may come across the so many natural calamities. One happened in Kodagu, and so many natural calamities such as earthquake, floods, drought, landslides, whirlwind. And the land army, apart from being technically advanced, okay, our land army, apart from being technically advanced, it also has its own spy agency. Okay, it also has its own spy agency. So now coming to the next, that is Indian Navy. Okay, so you go through this emblem of the Indian Navy. So that is the emblem for Indian Army and this is the emblem for Indian Navy. Okay, so let's continue with Indian Navy. The naval forces are the naval forces are necessary for the protection of islands and coastal lines. So the duty of this Indian Army is Indian Navy. Okay, Indian Navy, not Army. Okay, Indian Navy, not Army. So the naval forces are necessary for protection of the islands. Okay, these Indian Navy are necessary for the protection of islands and the coastal lines. The Indian Navy is the sixth largest in the world. Okay, so the army, which is the second largest army in the world, land army. So by the way, navy is the sixth largest navy in the world. Okay, so its service chief is known as general. So the army service chief is known as general, and the chief of navy is known as admiral. Okay, admiral. So you have to learn about the Indian army and navy also. This may also come for 3 mark question or 2 mark question. And the headquarters are situated in New Delhi. Okay, so children, here Indian army, navy and air force, these all headquarters are situated in New Delhi only. Okay, so now the Indian Navy consists of advanced missile ships and submarines. Our Indian Navy is consisting of advanced missile ships and submarines. Among them, INS Vibhuti, INS Godavari are prominent. So among them, these INS Vibhuti and INS Godavari are very prominent. Okay, so now prominent means nothing but important. Apart from them, children, INS Virat and INS Vikramaditya are well equipped with fighter aircrafts. Okay, so now the naval base of the Indian Navy is situated in Karwar, which is known as Seabird. Okay, so this can also come for test. What is known as Seabird? So this can come for half mark question or 1 mark question. Okay, and it can come to MCQ question also, or in Phillips also. Okay, you should learn this. What is Seabird? The Seabird is nothing but the naval base of the Indian Navy is situated in Karwar, which is also known as the Sea Bird. Okay, so now we should come to the Indian Air Force. What is Indian Air Force? We will be learning about the Indian Air Force now. Okay, so children, here you can see the emblem of our Indian Air Force, and now this is the war plane of our Indian Air Force. So now this Indian Air Force is the last topic for today's video. Let's learn about it. So children, now let us move on, that is Indian Air Force. So our Indian Air Force is the fifth biggest in the world. So again I am reminding, Army is the second and Navy is the sixth and this Air Force is the fifth. Okay, so you should remember them. And its service chief is known as Air Chief Marshal. Indian Army's service chief is General and Navy service chief is Admiral. Admiral. Okay, sorry, Admiral. And the chief of this air chief is known as Marshal. Okay, he is known as Marshal. So now its head office is situated in New Delhi. So this is the common point which you can write for all the three topics: Indian Navy, Air Force and Army. Okay, so let me give you the hint for writing it. For you should, if it come for 3 mark question means you should write 6. If it come for 2 mark question means you should write 4. No, so for that I will give you the hint. So first you should write their place in the world, that is second, sixth and fifth. No, so you can write these, and the common one is their service chief, and the third is very common, that is New Delhi for everything. And then you should learn the points. Here only you can get the 3 points easily. So now for the administrative convenience, the Indian Air Force is divided into 5 commanding stations. Okay, so for the administrative convenience, the Indian Air Force is divided into 5 commanding stations. The command stations at Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Dindigul, Tamil Nadu, and have important training centers. So there are 5 commanding stations and they have given 3 here, that is Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Dindigul, which is in Tamil Nadu, and they have important training centers. And as a result of advancement of latest technology, it is equipped with fighter aircraft to face any eventuality. So children, as a result of advancements of latest technology, our Indian Air Force is equipped with fighter aircrafts to face any eventuality. Okay, so this is about Indian Air Force. So let's gain more information. So our Indian Air Force is equipped with latest fighter aircrafts like Jaguar. Okay, so our Air Force is equipped with latest fighter crafts like Jaguar. The Indian Air Force comprises of 1 lakh airmen and 1,330 fighter aircrafts. The strength of the Air Force is a matter of pride of to the countrymen. So our Air Force comprises of 1 lakh airmen and 1,330 fighter aircrafts, and the strength of this Air Force is a matter of pride for every countryman. Okay, so as you don't have many points in this Indian Air Force, so how many points are there here in this? 1, and here it's having 2, and here 3. So and here it's having 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can include this box also for the Indian this Air Force. Okay, so children, for today it's enough. In the next video we should continue with the chapter. Thank you.